Hello and welcome to Will Forge. Today we will forge, as always. Okay, so what I'm looking at today is I realized I never placed any stalactites to the ceiling, and that was not intentional. Fully intended to do that at some point, and just haven't done it. Now I did yesterday. What I was doing was all the really boring stuff, where I was trying to create the some basically some redoing all the folders. Sorry, the folders in the menu were really, of course, the issue, a major issue. Sorry, and the reason I was trying to sort them out was because obviously whenever I copy the folders over, or copy the map, I mean, so I can make my second version of the map. I'm very tired today. Sorry for correcting myself so much. Anyway, I need to go to layout. I need to go add new folder. Stalactites. Confirm. And set as working folder. Okay, well, it actually automatically did that. That's good. But it's not inside of layout. Okay, I'm saving it because we might have a crash right off the bat here. What the heck? Okay, I saved it and then literally went back into the menu and it immediately crashed. Every single time you mess with those folders, there's a chance you're gonna crash. But yeah. Anyway, so we've got a crash right off the bat, of course. Let's see if it's going to pick up and have the game on. Yes, okay, it's gonna have the game on. There we go. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna place the stalactites, and what we're gonna do is script them so they fall. That's the plan. Whenever you shoot at them, and of course, I haven't actually done this. I've just seen the pieces of that script that we need to create, and I know in general how it's done. You essentially have a fixed version of the stalactite, and then whenever it takes enough damage, which there's a script for that, you then, as soon as it's suffered enough damage, you go ahead and replace the fixed version. You turn on, you activate essentially a version of it. You spawn it in a version of the stalactite that has that's gravity based, or that's affected by the the system, and you just let it fall. So that's what we're gonna do. Another possibility is we could hug the stalactite with other rocks that are all fixed, or phased rather, and then as soon as we take enough damage, we simply turn those off. We just delete them, and let the hugged piece fall. But yeah. I think YouTube is messing up right now because it's not telling me there are concurrent viewers, but it is telling me there's an average view duration with concurrent viewers, which is, I don't know if that's averaging across multiple episodes or if that, like, videos. Total amount of time people spent watching this stream divided by total number of viewers. Yeah, see, it doesn't, it's not showing me because it's not telling me how many viewers there actually are. It's just telling me how long people have been watching it. So, I think there's some kind of bug going on with it. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Greencastle? Welcome to the stream. Good morning to you too. Yeah, we're gonna be building stalactites today, and scripting them to fall and everything. Which I hope goes smoothly. Obviously, we immediately had a crash and had to reopen the game. So it's already not going smoothly, I would say. All I wanted to do was make a folder for the stalactites to be put into, and immediately crashed. Let's see. Let's just close that for now, because I'm still working on sorting that back into the correct folders. Close all of these. Stalagmites, tunnel and bridge. Stalactites is not inside that folder, as we know. Oh, I think I know what's happening. I think you need to set something else as the active folder. We're going to set this to the working folder. I think if you try to move your working folder, it crashes, but I'm not 100% certain. Move. What I should have done was created a subfolder by moving it to a subfolder or whatever, but we're going to try this anyway. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. Layout. Instantly crashed. Riveting stuff. Nice, that rocks. Yes, it does rock. I like puns. Let's see. I mean, you know I like puns. My YouTube channel has always got puns in the names. Okay, so, gonna reboot it one last time. And this time, I'm not going to use that folder. I'm going to turn it into subfolders. So apparently folders can't be turned into subfolders by just moving them into a folder. We need to move subfolders into larger folders. I think that's what's crashing it. And I've done that before where I was trying to do this and it was like, it crashed. I think it was yesterday, actually. I was trying to rearrange a lot of pieces that were in the wrong folder. Every single time I tried to like move things around like that. It's like there's tiers. And if it's not moving from the same tier to another of the same tier, then it crashes. But if you tell it to put all of these objects into a subfolder, it's fine. You have to use the subfolder option, though. At least that's what I was finding before with the other part. Hopefully this doesn't create a version of the map that we have to wait 10 minutes before we can use it. But, yeah. Who knows? I'm looking up there, but I'm actually trying to look at you guys because I'm checking chat. I wonder if I can move my monitor back behind the camera, so whenever I check chat, it looks like I'm looking at you, at the camera. Hey Aaron, how's it going? We're making stalactites today, and we're having crashes. Like 2 crashes in a row. I didn't want to put things into the wrong folder, so I was trying to be diligent and make my folder and set it up ahead of time, but I ended up creating a folder that was off to the side. That, now it's just useless, it's an empty folder. But yeah. Oh, I was trying to fix the audio popping, or the cutting out thing that happens with my setup. It turns out it's OBS, and I don't know how to fix it, and I might be switching over to Streamlabs OBS to try and fix it. Wilco, there was no notification for the stream in Unique's Discord. Can you fix that? Oh, that's probably because it's set up with Twitch. I wonder if can it be set up with YouTube? Probably, but I don't know how to do that. I didn't even know how Aaron did the first time, so I appreciate you asking. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, we're doing folders. Okay, let me try and delete that folder. And just like before, I'm going to set something else as the working folder first. Delete. Okay, so you can delete them, thank goodness. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and actually set... I was like halfway done with sorting this stuff out. We're gonna set... so many pieces. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna close this and this, and then we're gonna go set to layout. It says the working folder, and we're gonna go ahead and select these pieces and duplicate them. And then what we're gonna do... What the hell? Oh, it doesn't support YouTube. Only, oh, okay, only Twitch. New bot. Yep. Okay. It just crashed again, and that time, I don't even know. I don't even know. Yeah, this is infuriating. This was happening to me yesterday with a bunch of other stuff, and I thought I found a workaround, and now it's crashing anyway. But we'll find out. We'll figure this out. See, it's like it's not even counting Mr. Greencastle, because whenever you had started, whenever like you started talking, it still was telling me 0 concurrent viewers, and now it's saying, you know, 1 now that Aaron's here. Oh, nice. Oh, actually, I saw that. You got 100% on the game score. I saw that on Twitter. Or no, just Discord, on Discord, yeah. When you sent it in what do you call it? Decane's Discord, and I saw that. It was pretty cool. It was like 1,000 gamer score or whatever. That was before I got out of bed, so I wasn't chatting with anybody. I just saw it and went, oh, that's cool. Notification from that. That's interesting. And this is cool, and that's cool. And then I got a phone call from one of the kids' teachers, and then I had to get up. We were up till like 4 or 5 a.m. last night, so I'm a little tired. But yeah, it's frustrating to get 100%. Yeah, I got 100% at a couple of games, and I'm like, or maybe one game. I don't remember. I never really worried about it again. Oh, excuse me. Never worried about it again. I have the only games I care about getting 100% in personally are I want to get high gamer score, but I don't care about getting 100%, except for Halo Master Chief Collection, which I will eventually get to. I don't even care about Halo Infinite. Like, I might get to 100% there. But Master Chief Collection with its 700 challenges, basically 700 achievements, and they're all classic games. I've played a million times. I'm like, yeah, I should have this. I've played this a million times. I should definitely have the the achievements there. Some of the boss fights in it, you can't take any damage at all, and it's annoying. Jesus, why would they do that? It's SpongeBob. This should be built to be like, kid friendly, and that sounds not kid friendly. Okay, set that to, yeah, then delete this one. Okay, try this all over again. It's probably going to crash again if I do the exact same steps, so we got to do something else. And I'm not sure what it's going to be. So this is the working folder. Go over, go out. Okay, we're going to save it. We're now going to duplicate these and save it again. And then we're going to go in here, and if we go back to that folder, it's going to crash again. Instantly. Yeah, no, like, I don't know, it seems like it should be friendly toward kids, right? As soon as I finished it, I ordered Hogwarts. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's good. I hope that game is good. That Hogwarts game, I hope it's as good as it kind of looks, but I don't know what it is that the gaming industry has hit, what wall exactly they've hit. There was specifically, what's his name? Not Sketch. Unisec has tweeted out a full list of things that the gaming industry faces today that they didn't face in, like, early Halo days, that causes it to delay all development and stuff like that, including how expensive it is to make art assets for it and stuff like that. It's like, and he's right about most of it and everything like that, but it's still just like, why isn't this just... Why is it that AAA companies can't figure this out? But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes in the future. Hopefully, this is a rough spot in gaming and not a permanent situation. But yeah, had a price drop on Amazon. That's weird that a brand new game had a price drop that fast. Was it a big price drop or just a little, like, Amazon wants to be the one place you go to buy it situation? Because I know that, like, for example, in Dungeons & Dragons, they come out with a new book from Wizards of the Coast, and they normally sell for $50, and, like, almost day one, Amazon drops that to, like, $30 or $35. And so, because they want to be the one place you buy that book from. Because it's a book, and Amazon's obsessed with selling books and getting a good price for it. Because that's how they started. But, yeah. Makes me wonder if that's what happened with that, or if it's not doing well. Probably, it may not be doing well because of the people who are, like, protesting it or whatever, who are, like, boycotting it. From 65 to 58, I see it often. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's more like that's a small enough one that I would say that could just be, that's probably just an Amazon being like, we want to be the only place you buy this from. And it's big enough to be good and amazing, and I mean to be a great, you know, deal, and small enough at the same time to be like, you know, just them trying to head the opponents off at the pass. You know what I mean? Let's see. We're gonna find these pieces, select them. We're gonna say place an empty subfolder. Jesus Christ! Can't do anything without crashing the game. It had finally stabilized and stopped doing this kind of thing yesterday, and I thought I had found the correct steps to take. Do it. And instead, we've got this going on. I don't understand it. Oh. So God of War had one, it dropped from 70 to 62. Yeah, that's true. God of War had been out for a long time, technically, though. I mean, it wasn't a day one thing. But I bet it's probably just a sale that's going on site-wide for video games. So a lot of games that any company that opted into having their prices drop during a sale probably are automatically being dropped a certain percentage. I know they do that, again, Dungeons & Dragons, on DM's Guild, where I have some supplements that I sell on there that I made for adding vehicles for stats and stuff. They had vehicles they added in one of the books called what is it? Something about Avernus. I can find it on the shelf over there real quick. Or Avernus, but I'm pretty sure it's called Avernus. I don't see it on the book on the shelf over there. I'm not sure if it's on a different shelf or not, or if I'm just not seeing it. Anyway, yeah, in one of the books, oh wait, there it is. Oh, it's Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus. That's why I couldn't find it. I was looking for Avernus and it was Baldur's Gate. Anyway, they introduced vehicles for like hellish vehicles that are like powered by hellfire and like this like black stone that you find in the you know, in the abyss or whatever. And I forget what they were called. Abyssal machines or something. It was in the abyss or something. But anyway, the point is, I forget exactly. But I used those rules and actually made some mundane vehicles because for some reason they didn't do that themselves, and I'm selling them at DM's Guild. And those DM's Guild vehicles are those supplements. You can set check a little check mark off that if DM's Guild ever does a sale, do you want to be included in it, and how much of a percentage, up to how much of a percentage are you willing to go? And yeah, so I opted into those, and I'm sure that I've made some sales while the sales while those sales were on you know, active. But yeah, lots of games get price drops around launch on Amazon. Oh wait, okay, no, it dropped in price a week before launch. Oh, God of War did? Oh geez. And then lots of games. Okay, maybe it's just Amazon being competitive then, and I'm just being silly. I just thought I guess I always miss those. I guess, though, I don't really buy games new all the time anyway. So that might be why. Okay, it might be, I think I unlocked everything and it stopped crashing. So it might be that something about this is happening due to that being locked. Did I pass them up? Yeah, I did. They're there. So we're gonna deselect and reselect each of them, using that, and then we're gonna say open secondary menu. We're gonna use the controller to do this. God damn it. No, none of that worked. Okay, well, this has been riveting watching me close and open Halo Infinite over and over again, I'm sure. But at least we've had some Halo music in the background and talked about games and prices and stuff. Let's see, lots of games get price drops around launch on Amazon. Yeah, I'd already read that one. Yeah, but at least we had some conversation so far, and good music in the background, because this is kind of just riveting stuff, watching this game crash over and over again. This is probably the buggiest area of Forge, by far. is I'm just not going to worry about, you know, sorting them. What I'm going to do is just I'm going to go into that menu and just set the layout as the active folder, because it keeps on defaulting to, what do you call it, the blue spawn points folder, which was not supposed to be it's a root folder anyway. And then we're just gonna build from there. I'm tired of making this thing crash. I thought that I had worked around the crash about 4 times now, and that's just ridiculous. But yeah. So we're gonna pretend like nothing has happened so far and say, welcome to the stream, everyone. How's everyone doing? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot I have been planning to upload those streams I'm behind on. I need to do that. That'll provide some stuff. The last stream, let me see if it's actually, while we're waiting for this to load, I could take a look at something real quick. There's a weirdness with the previous stream where it wasn't uploading the HD version. Oh, it finally processed. Jeez, that took a long time. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. Anyway. It's almost loaded up now. I see she said you'll be in and out. By the way, I just, let's see. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go in here. The one thing we are gonna do, even if, because it doesn't crash. Oh good, this one's set as the working folder. Yeah, we're not adding any folders or changing anything there. We're just gonna go into this. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze for a minute there. What's up? Did you make the middle structure move up and down? Not yet. Why is my camera freaking out? What the heck is happening now? What the heck? What is happening? What is wrong with Forge? Okay, I finally have control back. Okay. That was really weird. No, I have not made a move up and down yet. I'm still waiting on, still doing other work while waiting on Clen, hoping that he'll come in and, come out with his tutorial he's doing. Right now we're working on stalagmites, or stalactites, and we're going to, get those to drop like they're supposed to. But for today, that's what we're doing, basically. And, yeah, we're gonna get to that as soon as we can, but I can't do that yet. So with this initial one-to-one version, I think we should make them first off, very simple, because they'll only have one object to generate and drop, which means they're not gonna have all of these segments. They're gonna probably we're gonna go back to the, base piece and then large, spike piece. So that way, whenever it drops and hits the ground, it'll fall like the ones from Halo 2, which were very simple and strange. We need to also, I was going to have Master Chief Collection open. I closed it because I thought maybe it was causing the issue with the sound that Aaron was always telling me about that was happening. And that it was somehow taking control of my audio. It turned out that wasn't the case. Nice, map looks great. I watched you 85 days ago, lol. Oh yeah, when I very first started? That's pretty cool. I've been over on Twitch for so long that, yeah, and then I took a big old long break, so, 85 days ago, sure, but technically, 30 of those days I wasn't even streaming, so, but, yeah, okay, so we've got a thing. Let's boot up Halo Master Chief Collection in the background while this is going. While we're working on this, and I'm gonna turn on. Don't put it on the wrong screen, please. Then I won't be able to see what's going on. And I'm gonna open up Sapien. We're using Sapien finally. since you're returning to the stream, we are actually using the mod tools, which I might have talked about in that first stream about how I probably wasn't going to use the mod tools yet. I might need them, but I wasn't planning on using them unless I needed to. Let's see, we need to align this way with that structure, and then with the bridge, we need to line up the bridge. Let's see, we're going to have multiple cases of Halo music playing at the same time. Okay, so it's kind of lined up with that bridge, with the area with the light. Now, if this works to line up and make it to where it falls in the exact right spot, and that's going to show that my map is perfectly one-to-one. If it's slightly off, this will show how off my map actually is, which is going to be interesting. Because as soon as it falls, we're going to go into Master Chief Collection, we're going to shoot it down, we're going to watch where it hits the ground. We're going to watch where it hits the ground here, and we're going to see exactly if my aim, if my precision is good enough. And if it's within a certain margin of error, we will know. And if it's outside that margin of error, we will be sad. Let's see, so in Master Chief Collection, I do need to go to multiplayer and set up the custom game, because otherwise we're going to have that menu music playing in the background, and that's going to confuse the other music. Okay, so that can boot up in the background, and we can get back to what we were doing. Okay, I probably just saved it, but yeah, okay, so we've got this. Oh, it's doing that thing. Might require me to pause Master Chief Collection over and over again just to see, or just to get to stop. Okay, actually, we need a vehicle. I think that best bet would be to grab a what do you call it? Do you think Unreal leaks are true? If it was true, I think Microsoft and 343 would say something. People think Slipspace is the problem, but it's all about hiring the right devs. Yeah, so I talked about this the other day too. So to fill you in, I would say that what I think is going on primarily. Let me get this out of menu so it's, newcomers will see that what we're working on. But anyway, okay, so I think that it's a bit confused. I don't know for sure. So you could have the best engine in the world, but if you have crap devs, you're going to get a crap product. Microsoft just signed a pretty big deal with Unity. They signed a deal with Unity? That's interesting. I'm making a first-person shooter in Unity and made it feel exactly like Halo so far. But I haven't worked on it in months. So, Let's try to hit where you have to actually hit. There we go. Where does it fall? There. Okay, this one is the one that breaks apart. So it hits like right here. We're gonna place the this could be our margin for error right here. It's right around in that area. It might be a little higher on the hill actually, since some of the pieces fell down. But this is roughly where it needs to be. I'm gonna give you my take in a second. I'm just trying to get back into Master Chief Collection so that back from Master Chief Collection so I don't have to have that as the main focus of the stream. Okay. Basically, I feel like, yeah, that's about right. There's our precision right there. Yeah, okay, cool. Yep, map's perfect. Okay, so basically, yeah, everyone's talking in chat, so I'm going to catch up, and then I'm going to give you my take in case something's changed. Microsoft just signed it, yeah. If they did it, would be Unreal. Yes, Unity. So, yeah, okay, so apparently, so if Microsoft signed a big deal with Unity, that may not be for Halo, but it might be. Splitgate feels like Halo, and that's in Unreal Engine. Yeah, there's some games that have been made to feel like Halo. You just gotta tweak the physics engines a lot. I don't know about Unreal Engine 5, because I just know about Unreal Engine 4 as far as it's concerned. But in Unreal Engine 4, you have to, like, tweak the, it's all about tweaking the physics to, at the source code level. And that's kind of, you know, difficult. Let's see. Microsoft has numerous games using Unreal at the moment. They do. And also other engines. Yes. I mean, what do you call it? Gears of War is in Unreal, so that's their other biggest shooter. So, I mean, Doom isn't. That's in the id engine. I don't know why they're not using the id engine, because it's supposed to be really amazing, but I don't know. They're buying, but they just bought Bethesda. They have access to those engines. Why isn't that their option? But, you know. Just get Havoc plug-in. The Unity deal is more about integrating the dev tech and DirectX, I think, but it's a big deal in the stocks world, which I follow. Lol. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And also they do, and also other engines. Yeah, so that's really cool because I really like Unity, and I use Unity. But yeah, Hellblade is also in Unreal. Yeah. A perfect example is Battlefield 1 versus Battlefield 42. Both use the same engine, and one game was amazing, and the other was horrible. At the end of the day, it's all about the devs. Yeah. And that's the thing, though. It's not entirely about the devs, because it's about the devs' management as well. All the reports about 343 seem to come out and say, we all were trying to do the thing well, and there was a lot of stuff that was always stopping us, including, especially, leadership situations. That seems to be the recurring theme. Yeah, project managers, 343 devs are highly skilled. Yeah, and passionate about the game. And they keep on quitting because they're leaving themselves willingly because they're frustrated with what's going on. So, yeah. I think that what's happening, especially, is also miscommunication. Because there's no new information in these new... I don't know if you noticed, but, like, from what I can tell, none of these new articles that are talking about it have any new information. Has anybody seen any new information with it that I missed? I mean, I read a few, like, text blocks that are just text that are sort of cut out. Yes, this is called an organization brain drain. This process is the most important. I've seen it many times in tech field. Project, yeah, exactly. So, like, what I've noticed, basically what I've seen is that I don't understand why. What I don't fully get is why they this is news. Oh my god, this is huge. There's no way I can use this rock. Oh my god. There's nothing new in the new articles, and if there's nothing new in the new articles, then is it actually news, or is it more of the same information as before, which was, you know, what's his name? Sean Dubb, who is really cool. I like him. I like his channel. I watch like every video he makes. But what, like, there's no properly sized rock that is dynamic, is there? Please tell me there's another folder with rocks in it that are different size, because this is ridiculous. Or that some of the rocks are like those, like this is, oof. I need a rock to fall. I need this one to be able to be smaller. But I guess I'm just going to have to make them huge. Whoa, it got huge whenever I switched it to dynamic. Or small whenever I... Variant small, large. Oh, okay. Medium. Okay. I don't know if I want it that small. I think I'm going to have to go with medium and make them gigantic. Guess so. Anyway, yes, even working as a CRM engineer, people lack a process and leadership, never scopes out the project, so nobody really understands what's really supposed to be the end result. Yeah. So basically, it's news in the same way a carcass is meat to vultures. They had 3 out of touch leaders in Josh, Kiki, and Bonnie. Yeah, I mean, everyone blames them, and it's hard not to. With everything they've said and done, it's like they're the ones who make the promises that end up not being fulfilled, and they're also in charge of whether or not they fulfill those promises. And that's like the priority of the work, to make sure those promises happen. So it's really hard not to just blame people like Bonnie Ross. And Kiki Wolfkill is the writer that made all the Master Chief's changes and all the stuff that happened with that. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard not to blame them. But that being said, without knowing what's going on inside for sure. So we can't. It's hard to say we should blame them because we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. But it seems like it. I don't know. It just seems really weird that there's no new information, and then all this information's happening right now, being not new, and instead, but it's suddenly reconfirming the exact same thing that Sean Dub had said before. Like, how is that working? I mean, how's that a thing? You know what I mean? I'm about to read. I see people are saying things in chat. Yeah, thank God Kiki is gone, and Frank. At the end of the day, just give this IP to Creative Assembly to do all of DevMat, and Max to do multiplayer/UI. Yeah, that's the weird thing, is that the rumors are saying, oh yeah, 343 is going to go to just focusing on the multiplayer side of things, and that's it. And I mean, I think that the truth is that we expected them to be making campaign, but if you read B's stuff, B's leaks have all been saying, and have all been saying, no, they were always only going to do, excuse me, they never had any campaign plans. Like 6 months ago, they were like, yeah, there were rumors saying they had never had campaign plans. So I don't know. It's like, it's really hard to tell what's going on, but it seems to me like the rumors are all just like rumor mill. Let's see, and Frank, at the end of the day, I like Frankie. He actually knows what makes Halo fun. The one thing I don't like about Frankie is that he's bad at improvising, and also is probably a really weird guy given the stuff surrounding his other stuff. He's got like, I won't go into details. It involves, adult content that he's into and publicly into, and it's weird. But anyway, he's probably the reason why Cortana was a nude model in Halo 4. So is basically what I'm getting at. He's probably the one who had that idea. Hey, let's just hire an actual nude model and 3D scan her and have a real, which is cool in that it's realistic, it's accurate to a real person, 100%. And that was the idea, was that she was supposed to be convincingly a real person, like looked exactly like a real person according to the books. But, Anyway, yeah, the leaks are just leaks. Funny that people are more worried about the future than Halo Infinite. Let's fix the current game first before talking about future projects. Well, I mean, the main thing for me is the future is like, okay, you're worried. I'm going to replace that rock. It looks terrible. They're worried about the future, and at the same time, it's like, hold on. They're worried about the future during a, and it's not just about like, Halo, what do you call it? It's not just that, oh, let's fix Halo Infinite first. It's like, I think it goes even more than that. It's like, we don't, if they're doing this, it's going to take them like 5 years at least. So first off, why do we care? That's far future plans. Because if they actually switched engines, getting used to a new engine, rebuilding everything in a new engine, especially Forge, that's what I was talking about on, that is my take, by the way. I think, right, you asked me what my take was, I never actually got to specifically what my take was. My take is, it's possible, I think it's potentially over talked about, because I don't know that it's actually a problem, mainly because it's not new rumors, like I was saying, but also because, like, it's you've got, basically, I keep on going into the forging, and then I'm like so tired that like my brain is just focusing on that and refusing to talk. So I'll just talk for a second to finish this thought. So basically, everyone's talking about a ton, and I don't think it's as big of a deal, because I think that it's all just unsubstantiated rumor. First off, secondly, the whole situation is like no news in the news, like we were talking about a minute ago. Basically, it's like if there was actually new information about it, then we would know that it's, you know, that there's maybe a change in plans, but because there's no new information except for what Sean originally talked about in the first place, just reiterated, I view it as just as possible as it was before, which even back then I was like, yeah, that's possible. They might be planning to do that, but they're going to have to rebuild the entire engine in Unreal Engine, and or not the entire engine, the entire game in there, which means not just building a game, that's fine, that takes a normal amount of time. The problem is that, like, Forge, how are we going to get Forge in that? That's going to take, you know, another like 3 years or something like that to develop. They don't own Unreal Engine. The you know what I mean? Like, they can't just like go in and like rehash using the Unreal Engine tools itself, which would be amazing. But if they could basically reskin the Unreal Engine tools, then that would be fantastic, and we could make Forge even better. Forge would be even better than it's ever been before. But the thing about it is that it's like it's going to take like I said, like 5-6 years just to get that out the door, if that's what they're doing. And being an Unreal Engine will expedite the process, but it won't necessarily make it, you know, be something they can turn around in like 2 or 3 years. Especially, so maybe they could crank out a game in like 2 or 3 years and then crank out Forge later. Actually, what just occurred to me, the rumor says that 343 Industries is focusing on Unreal, is focusing on multiplayer now, and then Creative Assembly is focusing on their own game mode that they're doing, right? All of the pieces of the puzzle can be formulated in a very specific way. One thing in particular is nothing about the rumors say that 343 Industries is actually switching. They're all from what I can tell, the leakers, they keep saying, I think it was Sean Dubb who talked about it, the leakers work at Creative Assembly that are leaking this information. Or there was a leaker that worked at Creative Assembly that was leaking this information, not at 343 Industries. And if it is at 343 Industries, one of the things I kept on saying on Twitter is that, and what I said in my stream previously, is that it doesn't, like, we keep on seeing people quitting 343 Industries and then talking about their time at 343 Industries and saying how the leadership never communicated properly with the people who are underneath, how they never knew what was going on, how it was always like really vague about what they needed to do. And if no one knows what's going on at 343 Industries for the game design development, and how it's like last minute, you know, deadlines are being dropped on them from the leadership, then why would we assume that they know what's going to happen 5 years from now and then are leaking that information accurately? That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, so basically, if it's a Creative Assembly leak, it could be that at Creative Assembly they've switched to Unreal Engine, because that's the main thing. People are saying the leak was Tatanka is switching to Unreal Engine, and Halo will be on Unreal Engine for the foreseeable future. But if Infinite isn't, if 343 Industries isn't making a new game right now, they're focusing on maintaining in Halo Infinite, then the next game is going to be Creative Assembly's game. Sorry, I keep on saying Certain Affinity. I've been saying the wrong one all stream. You are right. Certain Affinity. Jesus Christ. Certain Affinity. It's like it's CA, so my brain just immediately hopped to the wrong thing. This is how tired I was up till 4 a.m. last night, through 5 a.m. Okay, so Certain Affinity is... Jeez, okay, I'm going to read through chat real quick and then get back and then finish what I was saying. Yeah, and you're right. You can turn a game around. It happens all the time. The key is not giving it up on it and making good choices as the dev. Yes, exactly. See, Certain Infinite has so much potential. A little bit of love is all it would take. Creative Assembly's Halo Wars 2. Yeah, exactly. I do the same thing all the time. Yeah, so Certain Affinity... is working on Tatanka, and Tatanka switched to Unreal Engine. That's the actual rumor. If they're working on Unreal Engine and that's the next game, then the rumor might have been, yeah, the future of Halo is Unreal Engine, because of course maybe 343 Industries is not making another Halo game right now. They will be, but they're not working on it right now. And if they're not working on it right now, then the future of Halo is in Unreal Engine, because Certain Affinity is switching to Unreal Engine. And because that's all that we have for a definitive future for Halo right now, just because there's nothing being done otherwise. So if that's the case, then Halo Infinite could still have a 5-year, even a 10-year life cycle. We don't know, because the other one's a Battle Royale style like game. It's not a Battle Royale, but it's like Battle Royale inspired, from what I understand, at Certain Affinity. So we're going to have 2 Halo games simultaneously, and the future is Certain Affinity's game. And that's the one that will be on Unreal Engine. if Halo Infinite continues, the other part of the rumor is that 343 is switching to focusing on multiplayer, which means they're just going to maintain Infinite and work on it. And if that's the case, then what I feel like is probably going to happen is Infinite is going to be classic Halo with Forge in slipspace for, the next 5-6 years, and then Creative Assembly is going to come out with their Certain Affinity is going to come out with their Tatanka mode in the next 3 to 6 years. I would have to guess, and probably in that window. But maybe they were close enough to being done that they can just migrate the code and then debug it to work with Unreal Engine without any issues, and then they'll be done in 2 years because they might have already had a lot of the work done. That's possible. But the point is that that game may come out, but it's not going to be classic Halo. It's going to be either, as far as a Halo experience, it's going to be competing with Halo Infinite because they're both Halo. But as far as a gameplay experience, it's going to be whatever new gameplay they come up with. And I doubt Forge is going to exist in it because, first of all, they were probably not even going to have Forge anyway. They were saying that some leaks were saying that Forge maps would work on the Certain Affinity maps or game mode, but those were just leaks. They weren't confirmed because nothing is confirmed about Certain Affinity's game mode or game now. So there was never any confirmation that Forge was going to work on Certain Affinity's game mode, and what that means is that basically I think that that Infinite is going to continue to be. I think they named it Halo Infinite because they wanted to make it last forever due to Forge allowing you to make whatever you want, and they can just keep updating it until eventually it gets to the point where they're like, okay, we have to stop, and we have to make something new. But the thing is that Certain Affinity is already doing that, and it's already going to be something radically new, so 343 doesn't need to, right? Maybe this is good news because Certain Affinity's game is going to be so good, it's worth having 343 Industries shift focus. Maybe internally the management knows we can shift focus to have 343 just focus entirely on maintaining multiplayer and Forge, but have Certain Affinity do the new thing and work on what's new, because this game mode, we've tried it and it's phenomenal. You know what I mean? Like, if that's the case, then we're in a great position. These rumors are great, but as far as I can tell, looking at the actual text of the rumors, if you go and study over the text of the rumors from all of the ones I've seen, and you piece the pieces together, it looks like 343 Industries is going to continue working on Infinite and maintaining it. Absolutely. They're also going to switch to a sort of a production role where they lead other teams, which they've done in the past too. They've led 10 teams to make Halo Infinite. Had 10 different people working, different companies working on it. And then, of course, and then with the Master Chief Collection, with the anniversary editions, there were other companies working on them. And with Halo Wars, there were other companies working on them. So they've done that in the past. Switching to that role is just something they do in their life cycle. They crank out a big game like Halo 5 and then Halo Infinite, and then once they're done cranking it out, they ramp down into maintenance mode and production mode, where they're producing other companies to make other games. That seems to be what they do. That's what 343 Industries is, like a breathing life cycle that they do. So what we're seeing is a normal, natural 343 Industries life cycle, and it's creating all this crazy rumors, is what it seems like to me. And Certain Affinity is going to be the people who make the next Halo game. And if this other game is good enough, they may make all, if it ends up being so successful that everyone's like, yeah, we don't even need classic Halo anymore, just go play Master Chief Collection if you want classic Halo, then sure, that'll be fantastic. If it's so good that no one even needs the original games, I think this is fantastic. But it's all just unsubstantiated rumors so far, and we just have to wait and see. It's all about, and just go read the reread. I want everyone to, if you can at some point, reread the entire leak and all the text, and you'll see that it kind of just, the pieces of the puzzle can be arranged into doom and gloom. The world is falling, the sky is falling, and it's all gonna suck. Or it can easily just be read as well as just, they're shifting, things are shifting. I almost said Creative Assembly again. Certain Affinity is going to make this other mode. 343 is focusing on maintaining Infinite, and the future of Halo is just the future of Halo. It's just fine. You know what I mean? That's been my take. Is that, which is not. I mean, if I take a take, I'm on YouTube, so if I go with a take that's more you know, sensationalized. I think that obviously that will end up drawing people in to hear my crazy take, but I don't know. I don't feel like taking a crazy take. It's like my I don't know. I want to give I want more sanity. You know what I mean? I want to give off more of a sane atmosphere here. But yeah. So what do you all think about all of that? Tatanka is dead. It was Slipspace Battle Royale, / Extraction style mode. It has been folded into new Forge updates instead, and Certain Affinity has taken some of that work for a new Unreal Engine project. If that's like, yeah, I did the same thing. Let's see, didn't Slipspace cost like $2 million to make? Yeah, I read that, but I forgot to read it out loud, I think. But yeah, I mean, I mean, technically that doesn't mean Tatanka's dead, because Tatanka was an active project. So if they took parts from it and brought it over to Unreal Engine and they're continuing that project, it's still Tatanka. But the original mode being attached to Infinite is the part that's dead. And they're giving it to Forge probably because they realized people were making, you know, Battle Royale modes with Forge. Like, Forge scripting is just easy enough. What are you saying? Okay, you can do that. It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. Go. Is Freya awake?
No.
Do you know how to get to Netflix?
No.
It's in the top part of the computer of the it's up here. Netflix. Just go click the Netflix thing, and then you can go find Dragon Prince on Netflix. Okay. Sorry about that. General. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Grunt birthday. Where are the falling rocks and dust? Let's see. These are just weird special effects. But yeah, yes. So yeah, I just feel like it's... Buddy, what are you crying about? Did someone hurt your hand? Is your hand okay? Alright. You want to go watch Dragon Prince with your sister?
No, I don't know.
Oh. Just go check it out, okay? I turned off my noise gate while trying to fix the audio. Too cute. I turned off my noise gate while trying to fix the audio. So if my kids are extra loud in the background today, I apologize for that. I'm gonna probably turn it back on because it the whole reason I turned it off in the first place was because I was trying to fix that thing where the audio like pauses from time to time, and I think that unfortunately it didn't do anything to help that. Tatanka was the package story tie-in plus battle royale style thing for Infinite. The story stuff for that is cut / moved to new Unreal Engine project at Creative Assembly. The BR style stuff is rolled into new Forge updates along with AI, etc. I mean, that's cool. I think that's all great, actually. I think that's all fantastic. Because you know what I mean? Like, I think that's great. I think that the new mode should stand on its own. That makes sense. I think that the oh, dust. Here we go. I think that the oh boy, you gotta yeah. Let's see. What do you got going on? You're in the wrong game. Here, you want to go to a different game?
No,
You want to play that game, but you don't know how to play that game. There you go. You can play it.
gun.
You don't have a gun in this game.
He
Said need gun. Sorry about that. So the point is that yeah, it's yes, it is. I think a BR mode for Halo would actually be very boring. Halo needs to go past a BR mode, make something new in the industry. I have a game that my own take on where I think Halo should go, and that's what I was trying to make in Unity. So I probably shouldn't talk about it, but like stealing Forge ideas, I'm 100% okay with, and I'll just be like, yeah, as long as you make it good, I'm cool with that. But stealing, but I don't feel like, I don't know if I should be really talking about my game design idea until I've got it closer to, because I'm so slow at developing. But I've got to. But yeah, I know. What?
The mouse keep on bumping because of the graph.
Oh, okay. Okay, you can pick it up and move it over. Like, do this. Scroll to the side, pick it up, move it over, go down, and then you can scroll again. See? So if you scroll your mouse and then pick it up and move it, you can scroll it farther. Sorry about that. Okay, so Last Spartan Standing was so bad. Yeah, okay, here's the thing though. I don't think Last Spartan Standing is as good as what Halo Battle Royale can be. Like, the problem with Last Spartan Standing was that it was just, yeah, it was bad. It wasn't complete. There are people who are making a real Battle Royale right now in Forge, and they're doing a fantastic job. I've seen people posting about it. They just came out with like the first version. Yeah, I know for sure. Yeah, exactly. So I feel like the main thing is that let's see, falling large. No. I don't need steam. I need dust falling. Dust hanging large. Dust drift small. Dust drift medium. I think this is going to have to be what I do. No, that doesn't look good at all. Is there something for stalagmites? Let's see. Yeah, I know for sure. The trick would be... The trick, though, is that it will support a lot of modes within the framework like you expect from Halo, not one big ultimate mode. Yeah, I don't know. It might. I don't know if they're going to do that, though. You're right. I think that... yeah, I don't know. Rising steam. I don't know, geez. Where's like a rock fall? Like just a dust puff, you know what I mean? This is all like steam and vent and stuff like that. It says dust, but it doesn't really look like dust. Anyway, not like what I'm trying to look for. But the point is, yeah. I think that you're right. One big ultimate mode. I know that the stream has basically degraded because I'm talking to my kids the whole time. That's why I'm down to 2 concurrent viewers, it says. Unless Mr. Greencastle is not counting it still, in which case it is still 3. But yeah. So the point is, I don't remember what I was talking about. I think that the... I know it's not as sensationalized to say, yeah, no, I think everything's pretty much fine, that there's some stuff going on, but it's not like the end of the world. But I feel like, geez, I just hit the right trigger, so I jumped down. Yeah, I don't know. Well, honestly, it's like a wait-and-see situation. What I think... Okay, I'll give you a bit of a take on what I think Halo Battle Royale needs to be. It needs to be a battlefield. And I think Pelicans need to be involved. I think that you should be... remember how clans were introduced into... to Xbox Live through Halo 2, and how, that was a thing on Xbox Live that you could do later, built into Xbox Live, but it was like, these always rise. It doesn't matter if you rotate it. Okay, so I've got to go to falling steam. Okay, that's weird. You know what I mean? Like, you need to have, like, clans that are, like... okay, you have a sergeant, right? Like, you have a rank. You can rank up in this situation where it sort of gauges how good you are at certain things. You can deploy troops. You can, like... Okay, I'll give you a really brief description of my idea. And hopefully no one's going to steal it. Okay, BR mode with AI, because I just want to talk about it. That's why. BR mode with AI and firefight elements would be cool. Yeah, cool ranked clan BR mode where your team are split up across the map. Yeah, and this is how I would want it. A general on the battlefield that is not just able to do first-person shooter, but able to allocate resources almost like an RTS. Not 100%, not that big deal. Like much more background so they can play and run it at the same time. Sergeants, which are in charge of squads. The sergeants can call in for reinforcements and can call in for equipment. The general is who okays that and who verifies it. Like, oh yeah, of course every 14-year-old sergeant can be running around going, tank, 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 I want a tank, tank, tank. But they can't, because the general is in charge of the resources, or just the commander. And they will not send you a tank until they have the resources to do so. And if they think that it's a bad idea to send a tank there and you're an idiot, then they're not going to send you a tank. So if you rank up sergeant and you keep on not getting approved by generals across multiple maps, eventually you get deranked back down to private or whatever. You're back into the squads. You're just a first-person shooter player. If your requests are frequently answered by the commander, then that means you're going to win. Or that means you're going to maintain your rank. If you succeed, if you win, the general gets kudos. If you lose, general gets harmed. If eventually they can get D-ranked to where they're not allowed to play the general anymore because they're just bad at commanding the troops. And the sergeants, more importantly, what they do is not just say, I want this stuff and pester the commander. What their actual focus is, that's their secondary focus. Their real focus is they click on the battlefield and it creates a King of the Hill zone. And their soldiers are supposed to take that hill. And if they don't, then, you know, they have like a little timer and they can get like points, and it will actually get resources for the commander if they successfully take that hill in the time for that hill. If they click on the same, you know, if they designate a target of a specific enemy, they can designate a, you know, VIP target. All the Halo game modes are under the command of the sergeant within the game. The commander, I think the general should also be able to issue these sorts of things, and they should be worth more points, and they should not have a timer. But the moment that it succeeds, you get points. So the general is only going to use it where they think they can actually successfully take that hill or whatever. And there's a cooldown on theirs, and there's a cooldown on the sergeants. So I like that idea. Dude have modes within a mode of a BR mode. Exactly. And you're just saying, okay, you see that hill? King of the Hill zone right there. Thank you. Higher will. That's the King of the Hill zone. Everyone take it in this. And like if the general does it, all of the sergeants see that hill too. That hill zone is the general's hill zone. But the sergeants, only their squad see it. So you designate a VIP, you designate a hill, you designate like, okay, guys, I want to blow up that base. General, I need a bomb. Deliver me a bomb. Now you have assault going on. Or that base has it has something that will actually unlock a weapon upgrade for our team if we capture it. Take that research node. So now you've captured the flag. And neutral flag as well. Yeah, you could have like research points, like maybe Covenant equipment in the field, that like old debunked Covenant equipment that you can go retrieve and like do research on. Or it could be Forerunner, but I feel like if you put it as Forerunner, the problem is that like now you narratively are like, yeah, the UNSC is reverse engineering Forerunner artifacts every single battlefield, and that feels a little bit weird. I feel like that suddenly, if it's like narratively, this battle only takes place once, but the players get to do it like 1,000,000 times. If it only happens once narratively, you don't want that. You don't want them gathering Forerunner artifacts. Do Covenant or Banish or something like that. What about a BR mode, Elites versus Spartans? See, that's another thing, is you could do that in this. You could theoretically start off just humans and do like insurrectionists versus UNSC or something like that. Make the war get bigger. Or you could literally jump straight into one side is brutes, and that was another thing, like because you can level up into sergeant and commander, right? On the UNSC side, you start as Marines, and you have very low. It's like ODST, where you don't have shields, but you can tank some damage, and then your stamina will come back. But it's very low, and you're probably going to die. It's almost like playing Call of Duty. Your KDA is a little bit faster than Halo. You know, it's somewhere between Call of Duty and Halo. Then you become an ODST, and it's basically like playing Halo, except you don't sprint as fast as the Spartans, and you don't jump as high, and all that stuff. It's like ODST compared to Halo Infinite. And then you can unlock Spartan rank, where you can spawn as an actual Spartan, and that's like, you know, probably per match, where like after you leave this match, you don't start the next match and you immediately can spawn as a Spartan. It's probably like a build up per match. And then whenever you can spawn in as a Spartan, it's like Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront, where you can become a hero mode. You can now spawn as a Spartan because you've got enough kills in this match. You've proven yourself as a combatant. I know that screen's just smoke, and that's probably boring. So basically, I'll just let people see at least the view. So basically, yeah, you get into the game. You come in, you start as a Marine, you build yourself up to ODST and then to Spartan. There may even be a rank in between there where there's like a lesser, like a Marine. I mean, they have the Army in Halo Reach, but I wouldn't say they're weaker than Marines. So you can't. Anyway, the point is that yeah, you might rank up a little bit more along the way. Like maybe go Spartan 4 then Spartan 2. If you could rank up to Spartan 2 as the ultimate, that'd be really cool. Anyway, and then on the other side, you start as Grunts, and you have no shields. You then can upgrade to Jackals, and you have an actual armed shield to hold up. And then you go to and then you rank up and you can get to elite, and you can get to potentially having even side paths for the Covenant, instead of having, or for the Banished, instead of having it to where brutes are equal footing to Spartans, because they're not supposed to be canonically. You have them slightly weaker, or make it easier to upgrade to them but slightly weaker, so there are more brutes than there are Spartans on the battlefield. And then you also unlock side paths where instead it's not necessarily linear anymore, it's equal to brutes. You could spawn in as a hunter, and if you're spawning as a hunter, you move so slow that you won't be able, you're going to be dropped in, and you're basically just going to be there. You're going to lumber, you're going to sprint every now and then because they can run, but it's like that's how you'll move around the battlefield faster. But like once you get into the battle, into the actual fight, you're almost stationary. So by comparison to other soldiers, I mean, but basically, yeah, this is the idea, is that kind of stuff. I wish I could do that with Halo. I've been wanting that since 2003. I came up with that while Halo 2 was in development. I was like, this is the game I want to play. I want this. And I've been wanting that since 2003, whenever I very first came up with it, and right before Halo 2 came out. And then, yeah, they call it Halo. And I also was like, yeah, what if you could... So I've come up with a bunch of ways of creating my own game around that, just because they're not doing it and I don't work for them. And I would love for it to work for them, but I have no resume for that. There's no way they're going to hire me. That would be... Yeah. So basically, like, I've got... a couple years of QA, and I've got Forge. And if I make enough Forge maps, maybe they'll be like, yeah, we'll pull him in as a level designer, as a basic level designer, and then once I'm in the door, maybe I can do something like that. I can push them to go in that direction. But for all I know, that's what Certain Affinity is making right now. So anyway, the point is, yeah, this is the game I'm trying to make on my own, but I was because multiplayer is so hard to actually program, I was focusing on a single player experience at the time, just to get the gameplay correct for movement and shooting and all that kind of stuff, and I haven't even got into multiplayer. So yeah, this is I'm so slow at that. Yeah, true Halo experience, I like that idea. I'd really like to see Halo Infinite multiplayer evolve, man. The netcode, maps, weapons, modes, etc. We need a lot. CSR ranked only. They call it Halo, just Halo. There is no game just called Halo. That's true, there isn't one just called Halo. That's absolutely true. That would be really clever of them, actually, I think, to just come out with something, just call it Halo, and make it like never, like Fortnite, where it's just like they keep on updating it, and they've just like completely overhauled the graphics and everything like that. If they did that for Halo, they just keep updating it and overhaul it whenever they get to a new threshold in graphics. That would be cool. Just call it Halo. I would love to see Halo have destructible environments. Yeah, they started in Halo 2 with that, and they never really got fully into it. We can do that in Forge. The only problem is that, like what we're seeing here, what I was doing with the Stalactite, it's I'm having to do this, and then I'm going to despawn it and then spawn it in with a script, and then it's going to fall. But what's going to happen is it's not going to be spawned at start, which I think is in here. Spawning. Where is that? I don't remember how to do this. I don't know how to do this yet. We're gonna have to figure it out. But remember that Smash trailer? Everyone is here. Yeah. I always wanted. Here's another game idea I've always wanted since Super Smash Brothers. I want Microsoft to make their own version of Super Smash Brothers, but I don't want it to be Sony All Stars. I want each of the characters to play their gameplay to be from their game. I want Master Chief to be a first-person shooter. I want the Skyrim, the Dovahkiin to be a third-person action, like hack and slash. And I want I don't want a side-scroller that puts everyone on the same footing and then just gives them different moves. I want to compete. I want these characters to really fight. This is silly, and it probably wouldn't be successful. This is not the same kind of game like the last design I was just describing. This is probably nonsensical and would suck. But I always wanted to play Master Chief versus Samus Aran, and they scale their weapons to be accurate or whatever. It would be really cool. Remember, okay, yeah. Do that, but for Halo plus that PvPvE thing /BR. That would be really, really cool, though. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Okay, so we need spawning. I don't know how to, timer abandoned /disturbed. Enabling starts the despawn timer when the object is disturbed. Okay, so we don't want to despawn. We don't want it to disappear. We just don't want it to spawn at all. I don't know how to do this exactly. Somehow you can set an object to not spawn in from the start. A smash FPS using all the Microsoft ID IP. Actually, we're gonna have to move these objects to here, aren't we? And drop them. We'll probably just store them somewhere and move them to here with a script, aren't we? Well, I was pitching this too. Smash FPS using all the Microsoft ID/IP. Yeah. Basically a hero shooter, but each hero has their respective game's gameplay. Yeah, exactly. That would be amazing. And I was thinking back, I wanted it so far back, I was like, yeah, bring in James Bond from GoldenEye, and bring in, or well, GoldenEye was old even by then, but from his first-person shooters, bring in like you know, third-person shooters like yeah, Gears, exactly, Quake, Halo, etc. Exactly, that's exactly what I wanted. But yeah. That's just a side idea I always wanted. But they're never gonna make it. It would require so much. You'd have to do all the different gameplay. That would be like if you made an entire game that's focused around being two-player, and you had the entire game just be gameplay from like a million different games, from like 30 different Nintendo games or 50 different Nintendo games, and you just go back to back and then call it It Takes Two. It would be weird to be able to build all of that gameplay into the same game. It would be insane. By the way, play It Takes Two, it's fantastic. All of that stuff, Lamau. Let's see, Perfect Dark, etc. Thoughts on Halo Infinite maps design feel more campy and predictable versus classic maps with unpredictable map movement because of teleports. Yeah, no, I fully agree. Y'all can probably hear my kids chanting in the background. She wants you to turn on Dragon Prince on Netflix. Can you help her? Oh, you want breakfast? Okay, so I might need to get off. I can't believe we just talked and I didn't ever even put any stalactites up. So yeah, I'm gonna I mean, I've got this here. I've got to start. What I just need to do is create I need to I don't know how to despawn things from the start. Like before the match starts. And but these need to be despawned with a larger one in the middle, and then it needs to drop them. So there might be a script that I think there is a script that says from before map start or whatever, but I don't know if that's gonna work or if I need to move these here by despawning the one that's there, having them like just sitting on the roof up here. If they're just sitting on the roof up here and I despawn the stalactite that's gonna be here, and then I move them down here into position and then drop them, then that should work. But that's my backup plan. I'm gonna see if I can just delete them, like visually, like have them not spawn in first, and then have them spawn in and drop. And this will drop to where this middle piece will hit and it'll stay intact and fall to the side. These two will hit the top of it, and with the round shape of the top of this, it'll end up bouncing to the left and right, and it should make a pretty decent stalactite drop animation. And these will have physics on them and everything, so it should work. Thoughts on Halo Infinite map design feel more... Yeah, I'm going to read that because you just said something big again. Thoughts on Halo Infinite map design feel more campy and predictable versus classic maps with unpredictable map movement because of teleporters, etc. Because thing I hate in ranked, the maps are so angled based that can see spawns across the map without teleports, and each lane can be watched there as no way around to flank. Just my thoughts. Yeah, no, I actually agree with that. I feel like it makes them boring feeling compared to classic maps. The lack of teleporters is especially the case. I feel like movement is like you're saying, it's about the movement is thrown off. But that being said, it's a lot more, it's like sterile. It's like sterilized, which makes it to where it kind of plays the same every time, but so it gets kind of repetitive, but it also, you know what you're getting into. I don't know, it's more competitive the way they did it. I don't know that it needs to be competitive. Big Game Battle needs some competitive maps if they're ever going to make a competitive version of it. But the thing is that you don't necessarily, I don't know. People are like, oh, Halo is a competitive game. It's like, no, it isn't. Just make it fun. Make the game fun. That's what we want. We all want it to be fun. But anyway. Yeah, so I'll do this off stream, I guess, and but no, because I won't give you a tutorial on how to do it. I'll pause this and do this next stream, and while off stream, I'll actually do the maintenance stuff. I'll figure out how to move things through the folders without it crashing the entire game, which it suddenly started doing. I hear you. It's okay, Freya. Don't steal her chair, please. And then I will. I'll do all the little annoying side boring maintenances, and then we'll actually do this. Classic maps are like Laguna Seca. Laguna Seca. What is that one? Is that the one from Battlefield? Right, exactly. Classic maps were so well designed, and then they added a playlist to make it competitive. Yeah. I don't know. I just really like Big Team Battle to be, because that's the thing. Like that game mode I was talking about that I want to make, or that I want them to make, or I want to make myself.
Please help me find
Yeah.
dragon prince.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna help you. Just a second. Though that game mode I was talking about earlier is it's Big Team Battle to its full extent. Like it's the equivalent of Battle Royale for Big Team Battle. Battle Royale is Rumble Pit. You know, it has no teams, or it's like a bunch, or it's multi-team. It's like a bunch. It's like the classic multi-team game modes from Halo 2, where you can have like multiple teams of 3. And there was, 16 total people, or multiple teams of 4 if you wanted to, 4 teams of 4, or like 5 teams of 3 or whatever, or whatever it was that they did the multiple teams for with. It's just multi-team, like what do you call it? What's it called? Apex Legends is multi-team. Fortnite is Rumble Pit. We don't have a Big Team Battle version. We don't have a one team versus one team version, or a Big Team Battle version of a Battle Royale, but I think that if you take like 4v4 and you try to make it into Battle Royale, it's going to turn into Big Team Battle anyway. So we don't have a Big Team Battle version of Battle Royale, and that is, I think, what I've described as what I want, is a Big Team Battle variant of Battle Royale, and that's the game mode that I've always wanted to play. But you're saying things, and I'm going to read them. In competitive racing in real life. I see. Okay. Classic maps. Okay, right, exactly. Competition will brew from fun. That's how it happened in Halo. Laguna Seca is a real-world racetrack, very popular. Now I understand. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. In competitive racing in real life, I vaguely know what you're talking about. Containment, Relic, Waterworks, Headlong. Love those maps so much. Could play them a billion times. They don't make Laguna Seca or Nürburgring? I don't know. I've never said that word before. I think I've never heard of that one before, but I've heard of the other one. So yeah, I don't know. It's a bunch of stuff. But yeah, so my kids were just coming in here and being awake and wanting food and wanting me to get them turn on Dragon Prince on Netflix. Highly recommend that one. It's a great show. Newest season is a little off compared to the previous two. It feels weird, and it's because they changed the the development team. But anyway, little racetracks. I have 3 boys, 3, 5, or 5, 3, and 1. What I'm saying is stop reinventing the wheel for the sake of it. Yeah, exactly. 3 boys is a lot. I have 1 boy and 3 girls now, so I've got 4 kids. But I imagine that if I had 3 boys, with how my boy acts, that would be very rough, because kids do in fact behave differently depending on their genders. So like people will be like, no, they don't, humans are just all the same, and it's like, I agree with you. As adults, we are all just as capable as one another, but fundamentally we do behave differently, and you can see it in kids. Have children and you will see boys and girls behave very differently. Girls are laid back and very gentle by comparison. Let's see. It's crazy, full of energy all day, and eat every hour. Lol. Yes. He just won't stop eating compared to my daughters. He just doesn't stop. One of my daughters is having a problem where she's not gaining enough weight because she refuses to eat. But the other one is, he's gaining so much weight. It's normal, I think, for kids, but they just need to do it. Okay. So yeah, I gotta go and feed them. The one that's asking for Dragon Prince doesn't eat much. The one that's asking for breakfast, eats fine and is very healthy. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna